Hello Internetians, my name is Josh, aka ultraplayer, and I am your coach of the West Virginia Mini Wars. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Ultimate Battle League. This is going to be our season number 3, week number 7 team builder. We're taking on Root today and his New Jersey Brobats. Be sure to go give him some love in the description below. Go check out his channel, go watch his side when it goes up tomorrow, because I don't believe he does team builders. I don't think. So yeah, let's get into it. Welcome to the team builder. This is being recorded really late, and by late I mean hopefully I can get this out by 2 o'clock. I'm recording it at noon. We're doing great today. We're hitting the grind. Root's team, he's doing really well. We are back on the climb after losing a couple games, so hopefully we can keep the thing going, keep the win streak going. But he has a team consisting of, hopefully it'll pop up on the screen soon. Fable, UBL, Raikou, Z, Nihilego, Spiritomb, Registeel, Mega Camel, shout out to Aaron, Necrozma, Z, Noivern, Serena, and Perugly. Now, looking at this team, I immediately become terrified of the Mega Camel, because switching into it is impossible on my team unless I have like a Forgus, and even still I'm pretty sure that got 2-shot by Fire Blast. So, yay. Had to be careful of that. Fable can be a huge nuisance, but I do have checks to it, as well as Azumarill. Azumarill is also something that can be a really big nuisance, as especially depending on what set it is. However, I do have some proper checks to it, so that's really nice. I think Raikou is one of the ones that I'm more scared of, just because Subcall Mind Variant can be very scary, as it sets up on a lot of my team, and it can basically just completely barrel through me. So, very scared of that. Nihilego is kind of threatening depending on what the set it is. We're kind of thinking Z Thunder is going to be the set he brings. Knocks out the two biggest checks two of the biggest checks to Nihilego in the Celesteela and the Tentacruel. However, I still have Steelix, which unfortunately does not appreciate Grass Knot or Hidden Power Fire. Either of the two. So that's the thing. Spiritomb, I mean, it can be a threat. I'm not as concerned about this as much as I am concerned about the Raikou when it comes to a Calm Mind variant. It can still be there to trap the Mesprit, which is something, so that's a thing. However, it's not the highest of threats, but it's still something that I'm kind of keeping my eye on. Registeel's there. Registeel, really annoying for this team. It basically walls just about everything, single thing on my team. There's not really any mon outside of Steelix and Pissimian that can actually, you know, do really good damage to it. So Reganing Registeel is definitely definitely something that I'm looking at. Mega Camel, that'll switch into Necrozma. It's Necrozma. We already know how threatening Necrozma can be. We know how it can set up. We know how it can be offensive. It can be defensive. It can do what it wants to do, how it wants to do it, and be really well at it. Noivern, I'm kind of iffy on whether or not that's going to come. I have a Florgus. I have a Mesprit. I have a Steelix. I have a Celesteela. And then I have a I already said Florgus. I have Tentacruel. Like, I have all these special threats I can switch in on it, and then a bunch of ways to revenge it and stuff like my Lycanroc. So, kind of iffy if I'm going to see that thing. Serena, the only reason I'm going to see Serena is if he's afraid of hazards, which is good, because he should be afraid of hazards, because I think I'm pretty sure I have TheChoiceSpecs on this team. I haven't seen the team. I haven't seen the team in like a while. I already had the battle, by the way. I had the battle like 2 weeks ago, but I forgot to record the team builder beforehand. And then finally, Perugly is not coming. Like, no, it is not coming. Not when I have like North Dust, not when I have a Steelix, not when I have a Celesteela, not when I have all these mons that just completely shut it down and wall it, and it's not coming. So, mon that I'm afraid of, Camerald, I'm afraid of switching to. I know Registeel's coming. Cannot tell me Registeel's not coming. Azumarill I can see coming. The Raikou is coming. Those 3 mons, and the Necrozma. Those 4 mons are 100% coming. The last 2 are really up to him, in my opinion. Just because they're all really big threats to me. So, let us get into what we are going to be bringing today. The first one that I started off with was my Celesteela, as just about always. However, the Celesteela is going to be a little bit different, because I knew that my Celesteela was going to be my win con. My Celesteela actually has a phenomenal matchup this time, because his Steel Resist do not appreciate Earthquake. His Steel Resist are the Raikou, Mega Camerot, and the Registeel. None of those appreciate Earthquake. And while he does have some mons that can take on Heavy Slam very well, there'll be mons that I plan on weakening, and mons that I think that I can weaken just because of how his team's kind of set up. I think they'll be switching in enough for me to get the chip damage I need off of them, like the Necrozma and the Spiritomb. And Azumarill. Because Azumarill doesn't die to 1 Heavy Slam unless I get a +1. So I know I'm bringing Totemize. I know I'm bringing Heavy Slam. And I know that I am bringing the Earthquake. I'm not sure on the last move, and I'm not really sure on the item yet. All I know is that I'm bringing these. This is my boy Kibo. And yeah, As for the speed, I knew the speed that I wanted was going to be 172. This is going to allow me to outspeed something, and yeah. So what does that allow me to outspeed? It allows me to outspeed. It's higher than a base 130, that I know. So it's probably a Scarfer. Maybe it's Scarf something? Oh, I know what it is. Okay. It allows me to outspeed everything on his team at +2, but it also allows me at neutral to outspeed a max speed adamant Azumarill. So that's kind of something that I was looking at, was trying to outspeed Azumarill with as many things as possible to stop a potential Belladrum from going crazy on me. So I knew I wanted Celesteela, right? And we came up with this this set. How am I going to get Celesteela to win? Well, we need to weaken the Registeel. Well, we need to weaken a lot of stuff. Well, how do we weaken everything? We came up with the core of 2 offensive mons. 2 offensive mons. And I'm going to tell you now, one of them almost became like a really whack set. So we came up with the offensive core of Thundurus, Therian, and Porygon Z. One was going to be Nasty Plot, and the other was going to be Scarf. They break down each other's checks and can be backup win cons. I ultimately decided this was going to be the choice Scarfer, and I didn't know what there was going to be the moves, but I knew that this one I wanted Nasty Plot, because once this thing puts up a Nasty Plot, the only way he stops it is by outspeeding it. So stuff like Noivern, so stuff like the Perugly, LOL. Then you hit Lego. The Raikou, even though Raikou isn't a check to this. I mean, it's a decent check, but not with what I'm going at. So Thundurus is going to be Mew. And we're going to go with Life Orb. An item that I don't run a lot because I like to stay healthy with my mons. But, yeah. So I went with Nasty Plot. I went with Sludge Wave. I think. Was it Sludge Wave? Yeah, Sludge Wave. Hidden Power Ground. And the last move, as obvious as you think what the last move is, I actually was not sure what the last move was going to be. Because if I went Nasty Plot, Sludge Wave, Hidden Power Ground, and Focus Blast, as long as I could hit my moves, at +2, I O-code every single Pokemon on his team. Every single Pokemon. Clefable gets O-code by +2 Sludge Wave, so does Azumarill and Thunderbolt. Raikou gets O-code by +2 Hidden Power Ground. I think even Assault Vest got O-code by +2 Hidden Power Ground. This is important. Thundurus, Double Dance, +2, level 50, Life Orb, Sludge Wave. Oh no, Hidden Power Ground. Da-da-da, and then Raikou. Subcall Mine, which is a set I was expecting. Not Assault Vest. Assault Vest did not. It did that much. But, okay, outside of Assault Vest, Raikou, like, it all got obliterated, right? Where was I? Nihilego, obliterated by HP, +2 HP, Hidden Power Ground. Spiritomb is O-code by +2 Thunderbolt. Registeel is O-code by, or not Thunderbolt. Okay, so Spiritomb. Spiritomb was what I needed Thunderbolt for. That and Necrozma. Barely Necrozma. Registeel, Focus Blast, Camerupt, Hidden Power Ground, Necrozma, like I said, max HP Necrozma, I'm pretty sure took like 95 min from +2 Sludge Wave. Sludge Wave. Oh wow, really? Was it defensive? Yeah, it was defensive. That took like 98 min. Okay, or offensive. So, like, +2 Hidden Power Ground, O-code almost every single thing on his team, right? Noivern is getting obliterated by +2 Sludge Wave. I know that thing gets put down. Serena, Sludge Wave, and then Perugly Focus Blast. Like, it gave me the option to just obliterate his team. So, I was really considering that, and I left it blank, actually. So, I went ahead and made a spread, I believe, because I didn't think I needed, I didn't think I needed anything. I don't remember what that spread does. Whoops. 84. So with 84. 84 in speed, and it was max special attack modest. And because EVs are stupid, I know it's going to be dumb. 4 here, 116 here. Oh, I remember what the spread does, though. Okay, so modest max special attack gives me as much damage output as possible. I went with this spread as my speed tier because look at his speed tiers. His speed tiers go from Necrozma to Nihilego, which is a really big speed gap, which I'm easily able to take advantage of, and I think this is modest Necrozma. Max special attack modest Necrozma. I don't see him running really timid versus me because I don't think it has any potential benchmarks that he can hit. So that's that. The HP is a life orb number, and the rest got thrown into def. This, oh right, with modest, by the way. Now I'm doing the damage I need. Now I'm doing some damage. Yeah, 89 to 106 after a rock, that's a kill. And then Spiritomb doesn't count. Spiritomb's annoying. But yeah. So Porygon Z went with the Scarf set. Because, of course he did. He went with the Tri-Attack. I wanted Trick as well. Trick. I wanted Hidden Power. What Hidden Power did I go with? I wanted Hidden Power Ground. And then because I have Trick, I just went with Nasty Plot. Just in case. Because if I go with Nasty Plot, then I can, potentially set up once I Trick Ray the Scarf. And we're just going to go like this. So, that's Porygon Z. Porygon Z, you're Nagato. So, the next one, so we got some offensive mons here, but I really needed a defensive backbone to be able to switch into some of his threats. The first one I knew I needed was going to be Florges. I wanted Defog, I think. That's why I put Florges on here. It also walled a lot of stuff. Yeah. So, that was not the spread I ran. That was 100% not the spread I ran. Hold on. I forgot that it messed up my spread when I put it in the front office. So this is going to be Mikan, Miss Mikan Tsumiki. You were level 50. And you're going to be a very standard spread. You're going to be Moonblast, Wish, Protect, and Defog. Defog is there so that I can keep hazards away from me, and I can keep Thundurus healthy as well as my other mons. Let me bring down this. Okay. Okay. So I made the spread, and the spread's going to be something like this. It's going to be enough speed for an Adamant Azumarill, enough special attack. I'll try and remember what that does in a second. And the rest is Spadef. Spadef was very important for me. So I could take on the Camel as best as possible, so I could take it from the Crossman as best as possible, so I could take it from the Noivern as best as possible. The special attack, I'm sure, does something. Look at this team. I'm pretty sure it goes to Noivern, but I don't think that's what it was for. I think it broke Raikou's sub at +1, which is what I went with. This also helps with the Raikou if it's not Subcall Mind. If it is Subcall Mind, then I'm in trouble. But Florges, I gave it the Eye of Papa Berry, just so I could be wishing and not having to worry as much about killing itself as much as attacking. Or passing the wish, which is really nice. So that's all fine and dandy. That was my Florges. Good for taking on all of the special threats, because he had a lot of them. And then the main physical threat that I was really, really scared of was, of course, going to be the Azumarill, so I went with my Tentacruel. As it also switches in, not just stops it. If I wanted to just stop a Belly Drum set, I would bring Mega Sceptile. Because Mega Sceptile stops a... Mega Sceptile stops Belly Drum Azumarill every single time, unless it is the Sap Zipper, in which case it's not as strong as normal, and then something else can check it. So this is going to be Clear Body, because it doesn't have Leech Seed or anything. And for the attacks, based on the damage calcs, I actually, instead of going Scald and Sludge Bomb for burns and poisons, I went Surf and Sludge Wave for the damage, because the damage actually ended up mattering against the Mega Camerupt and the Azumarill. They were very important, and the Clefable. But I went with Toxic Spikes, and I went with Haze. So these are my 4 moves. I wanted... the reason why Florges is on here is because I knew I couldn't fit Rattata onto Tentacruel. I really wanted Toxic Spikes, as Toxic Spikes were going to help me. Were going to be one of my ways to stop the Subcall Mind Raikou. If Toxic Spikes are up, it can't Subcall Mind and beat me 1v1. My Florges would beat it 1v1 every single time. I would just Wish Protect and just stall out its stall out until it died to poison. So that's that. Woo! This Tentacruel is here as a check to the Azumarill, the Belly Drum Azumarill, the regular Azumarill, just in general. If it's Assault Vest, that's fine. I'm okay with it being Assault Vest, which means it's not strong and not setting up in my face. So yeah, my Tentacruel is very, very nice in that aspect. It also will outspeed a lot of Pokemon, because I'm going to just straight up run Timid, so I can get the most out of my nature. And that puts me exactly at that speed tier that we keep seeing, which is 132. Not you, no one counts. So that outspeeds Modest Necrozma, so that means I can also check a Calm Minding Necrozma as long as it's not Timid, which again, I don't think he's going to be Timid. If he's Calm Minding Necrozma, if he's a Double Dancing Necrozma with like Iron Defense stuff, I can haze that and stop it. Stop it being a operative order. So yeah, that is my Tentacle. For the rest of the EVs, I went with 12 Spadef. 12 Spadef actually did something. I just don't remember what it did. 244 plus 12 did something. It let me live a special hit, obviously. I think it let me live... It was something from the Nihilego. It helped me take on Nihilego, I think. Or let me take a Thunderbolt. Who knows? Doesn't matter. And I gave Life. So at this point, I started noticing that I needed multiple things, right? I needed a lot of stuff right now with this team. While I do have 2 really good special walls, I don't really think they're going to be good at... good enough at checking the Nihilego, and I still am afraid of Raikou, because Raikou could still set up on this team. I needed Rocks. I needed another secondary I'm scared of Necrozma check. I needed so much. I needed so much on this team. And it killed me. I racked my brain for the longest time of what I was going to do. And I ultimately decided that I'm not going to be able to keep my Porygon Z. I had to get rid of one of them. I just had to get rid of my Porygon Z in this matchup. And I had to put on Mesprit so I could have a Rocker. And I had to put on Steelix so I had to check all that stuff. Which, by the way, we're finally bringing Steelix, so shout out to us. So this is Sayaka Mazano. And Sayaka, you are going to be running, I believe you're running Leftovers. You're running Leftovers. And this is also a check to a lot of stuff. This helps me with the Necrozma, because I'm going to be able to switch in on it. If it runs Dark Pulse, then so be it. If it runs Signal Beam, then so be it. But I will be able to take a couple of those. This is going to have Stealth Rocks. It's going to have Knockoff, because Knockoff is very important, Toxic, and then the Zen Headbutt. So with this, I went with a more specially defensive spread. I'm not too worried about the physical hitters. You see that I'm running a lot of Spadef. I'm not worried about the physical hitters as much, because the physical hitters are Serena, which I have plenty. Like, I don't have plenty of ways to deal with it. It's still a massive threat. Versus this team in particular, if it's like a Life Orb or Banded set. And then like Perkly and Azumarill, which I have a check for Azumarill here, and then everything else beats it. Like literally, only Steelix is going to be slower than it, unless it's Jolly, in which case, oof. But yeah, I'm not too worried about the physical hitters. It seems very specialty based, and I'm okay with that. So this spread is going to be come back to. I didn't know what I wanted. I just knew I wanted. How much speed did I give you? Did I give you enough for Jolly? I did give you enough for Jolly. Gave you enough for Jolly Azumarill. So I went with Steelix too. So Steelix, level 50, male, and this is my boy Mechamaru. And I wanted the Assault Vest. This is still a very shaky set versus this team. Oh no, wait, I went Sheer Force, not Sturdy. Shout out to me. This is still a very shaky set versus him, because it still doesn't wall things as much as I'd like it to. But it's still going to do a decent job. So it's going to have Earthquake, it's going to have Iron Head to abuse the Sheer Force, as well as the Crunch and the Ice Fang to abuse the Sheer Force. So Earthquake is there just generally as stab. It's really, really good. It's also mainly there for the Registeel. Yeah, it's mainly there for the Registeel and the Nihilego and the Raikou. Iron Head is my main form of stab, because it's the strongest stab I have, thanks to Sheer Force. It's going to be there for the Clefable, as well as the Azumarill, as well as the Spiritomb, as well as the... Oh, Earthquake's also there for the Mega Camera. And the Perkly. Crunch is there for the Necrozma, obviously, so I can do as much damage to that as possible, even with the... Prism Armor, I still think Crunch does more. Ice Fang is there for the Serena and the Noivern. So yeah, and then this spread ended up being pretty complicated. But eventually I came up with one that I thought was going to do what I wanted it to. And I do not remember what this spread does. I know that I created a spread that could take a certain amount of hits from stuff like the Nihilego as well as the Raikou. And then I threw a bunch into attack for damage output. But that's about all I remember. Oh, did I mess up the spread when I did this? I did mess up the spread when I did this. It's supposed to be like that, but it was actually 200. Whatever. So that's the spread I went with. For my Steelix to be an offensive AV, check to Nihilego and the Raikou. It's a very shaky one, but it's there. It gives me something at this point, which is all I really need. And it sucks that I don't ended up with no speed control, which is something that I was kind of worried about, but ultimately I thought I could work my way around. You were all that's left. I had an idea what this was. Actually, I knew what this was at this point. But I also knew what this was. So we're going to finish this. This was actually not too complicated. It was enough attack to make sure that Zen Headbutt was doing something to something. It was Zen Headbutt to, it was Zen Headbutt to the Nihilego, I believe. I believe it was to make sure it was a KO after rocks. And then I ended up with a Careful Nature. So I have as much speed as possible to take hits as best as possible. And then finally, I knew what this was going to be. This was also going to be a leftover, but I'm running a lot of lefties. It's a very bulky team. But the last lead was going to be Sub. And Sub is very nice. Because Sub lets me, because this is going to force switch. Like, if I bring this in on the Clefable, it's going to want to switch out, or it's going to want to go for something like the Thunder Wave. So because of that, I will be able to put up a Sub versus it. I can also put up a Sub versus the Spiritomb. And more importantly, with max HP, I can create a 51 base Sub, and then Sub up on the Registeel. Which is nice, because Seismic Toss won't bring my Sub, and then I put the rest into attack with an Adamant Nature. This is going to be my sweeper. This destroys him. All I need is a little bit of chip damage on stuff, and I can just absolutely barrel through the team. So, this is the 6 that I came up with. Oh, right. I ended up with Thunderbolt, by the way. I didn't want to miss Focus Blast. Whoops. So that's going to be the team that we're bringing versus Root tomorrow. I'm going to warn you now, the battle's going to be on Showdown, because I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong with my DS. My DS does not want to connect to the Wi-Fi when I'm playing Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon. So, very unfortunate there. But, yeah, the battle's going to be tomorrow. I really hope you guys enjoy this team builder. Let me know what you think of the team. Let me know what you think overall. And hopefully we can come out with another win versus Root. So, that's going to be that. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Peace!